Hello, everyone. It's Felicia Tucker here, and I'm with the wonderful Wallace Davenport. Hello, Wallace.
Hello, people. Hello, world. How y'all?
Yeah, and today, just like the last couple of episodes, is going to be slightly different. So I'm basically going to be interviewing Wallace Davenport on a few questions that a few ladies had to ask. So hope y'all are ready for this. Are you ready, Wallace?
Yep. Real as possible. I guess, or some questions I may have to plead the fifth.
You're not allowed to plead the fifth on this show, okay? All right, so first question. At what point does a man realize that woman is the one?
I would say when the man is like ready to settle down and look for like the really right things that are important in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like when you're younger, you could be thinking that somebody is the one, they're the one because of different physical qualities. And yes, physical qualities are important, but you need to have other things in line. You know what I'm saying? And when the man comes to the age of maturity to where he knows what to really value in a relationship, then he starts to look for that person, that he could say is really the one.
So is there a certain age that usually happens, or?
Nah, I'm going to say it's not usually a man in their 20s or maybe even early 30s. It's not going down. I mean, sometimes it would happen, but not for the average man. They're not mature enough. Well, I guess I can only speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mature enough to really settle down. Just keeping it real with myself. So therefore I was looking for different things. You know what I'm saying? In a female, they may have one thing and not another, or another one might have another thing and not another. Except as you get older, the things that you place higher on your priority change on your priority list.
Right. And so as a mature male, a mature adult who is ready, what would you say, if you had to name 3 qualities, what would you say those 3 things are?
3 qualities.
Or three things that's because in a relationship, right, we have to decide, okay, what is it that we can tolerate and what can't we tolerate, right? That varies from each individual. So for you, it may be, well, I can't tolerate her going to the club every weekend, but I'm okay with her having 2 or 3 outside children. Whereas with me,
What you what?
Huh?
As what you what?
No, I said with me, having, several kids, maybe,
Oh no.
yeah, a no-no. So.
Well, after a certain point, it seemed like pretty much everybody got kids. I'm at a certain age now, but I don't have any. But that makes me an anomaly. It made me, the odd one, to not have any kids at my age. Except at a certain point, most people have kids. So like if somebody be like, it's a no-no. I mean, I understand where like a female coming from, a dude having kids. If he's not with the woman, he probably paying child support, and that take money out of your relationship pocket. I really don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But the question is, what would you be looking at? Like, what is a deal breaker? And what?
To me,
what's required?
Now, when a guy is ready to be like a woman is the one, he got to find a woman, obviously who he's attracted to, that he have chemistry with. But then you need a woman with like character, and a woman that you could trust, and somebody gonna have your back, because if somebody's supposed to be the one, it's supposed to be somebody who's gonna have your back no matter what. Not just speaking that they're gonna have your back, but like their actions show that they're gonna have your back. When you there and when you're not there, especially like when you're not there, because like trust is a big issue, and really when it comes down to trust, you know what I'm saying, it's a matter of the person's character, you know, and people can have reputations, but like reputations can change. If somebody's actions change, then slowly but surely the reputation change, you know, for real, and your long-term reputation is your character, you know, and after a certain point, your character, it doesn't change, you know what I'm saying? So a man is looking for, like, you know, a woman who they got chemistry with. To me, I'm looking for a woman with good character, you know what I'm saying? You know, a man is going to put a woman on his arm, you know, he could be like, this is my woman, and other people could look and have respect for her and him, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's not just about looks after a certain point.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this question, and then we can move on to a scenario that is very interesting, and I think our audience would love to hear about it. So this one last question. So if you had to speak to a woman who was in the dating arena, what would you say, like, one first thing, if she sees this, she should run? What is one thing you would say as a warning sign that you should exit left and keep going?
I don't know. You know, it can't be something that you just see right offhand, you know, and make like a quick snap judgment. You know, to me, and this is just my opinion, a lot of times women look at one thing and they just go straight off first impression. And many times a first impression might be wrong. That's why women get duped into these dudes and end up with these kids, and then the dudes don't stick around because the dude had good game at first, but it was no good. You know what I'm saying? So what a woman should do is really get to look beyond just like what a dude says. You know what I'm saying? Analyze the dude's actions and stuff like that. Not just if he call you all the time, because stalkers call all the time. You know, but just, you know, how he interact when he's with you. You know, like on that first date or second date. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't just drop your drawers. You know what I'm saying? You know, like on that first or second date. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have the chemistry, try to resist so you can see how he react to it. You know, and if he doesn't react well, you know, then you should dip. You know, somebody lying about little things, you should exit stage left. Somebody just, you know, not being honest. Somebody not willing to be able to keep it real.
I want to stop you right there because.
Or somebody keeping it so real that they actually disrespecting you. You know,
yeah.
You know, a lot of you guys out here are so real that they actually disrespectful, and females be like, oh, he kept it real, this and that, but really he's disrespecting you, and you could tell like if he really wants you to date you or just want to screw you. You know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because you were like, you know, don't sleep with him on the first day or the second date or the third date. You know, you should wait just to see where he's at, which is great advice in my opinion too. But one day I went to this comedy club and one of the comedians he was like, has anybody ever slept with anybody on the first date? You know, they had a few women to raise their hand, you know, and for the record, I've never done that, but I don't judge anybody who's, you know, had sex on the first date because, you know, yeah. But anyway, I don't judge anybody who's done it. But the guy brought up a great point. He was like, you know, y'all need to stop wasting. And I'm not going to say he was right, but what you think about this? He said, you women need to stop waiting to have sex with these men. He said, you all try to make them wait 6 months, 8 months, you know, a year long, and all that time he's sleeping with somebody else, but he's doing all the right things by you because he wants you to eventually drop him and give it to him. So, you know, he's done everything he had to do to make you feel good and warm and fuzzy on the inside, and now you finally drop your pennies after, you know, 8, 10 months or whatever, and then after he gets it, he leaves. So now you got to be hurt. You spent all this time with the guy, and, you know, you got emotionally attached to him, and now you done had sex with him, and we know how sex brings on more emotions. So now he's like, well, if you had had sex with him in the first date or two, then you would have known that, you know, it would not have taken you as long to get over him Uh,
I feel what you're saying. You know, I wouldn't advise waiting past 2 or 3 dates. You know, 1 date. I mean, 2 dates. Don't have sex. But like, if y'all have that sexual chemistry, like on the third date, I think it's pretty safe to say. All that waiting 6 months is garbage. You know, because the bottom line is, whether you have sex on the first date or like the second date, you know what I'm saying? You know, depending on your chemistry, a guy might not judge you like that. He might still stay with you. You know, it just depends on you all's chemistry and your conversation and stuff like that. You know, but just like you say, you know, you might wait 3, 4, 5 months, and believe you me, if a guy's waiting 3, 4, 5 months, and unless he say he's celibate, he having sex with somebody. For real, you know, and to me, a female would be like, she trying to make you wait 3, 4, 5 months. Unless she's celibate, she having sex with somebody too. Because in Atlanta, everybody got somebody as a friend, you know. So, they having sex, you know. So you might as well just go ahead and keep it real with each other and have sex, get out the way, see if it's gonna be good or decent or worth trying again, or if that's somebody that you could be with, you know what I'm saying? But if you waiting 6 months, man, the guy is screwing somebody else, and so already the honesty is not even there. You know what I'm saying? Even though he seemed like he's doing the right things, the average dude ain't waiting no several months. 3 dates, that's it. That is the max. Like if I start dating a female and we go out 3 times and we haven't made any physical contact. Mm-hmm. Well, that's somebody who's just gonna be a friend. You know, bump that, because you're screwing somebody.
Right. All right. So what if you all do start to have sex, you know, and keep dating? I mean, to me, females shouldn't do that, because we are very emotional, you know, and having sex just adds on to the emotions, right? And so now you been with this guy, and you don't know. I mean, you know, y'all ain't in a relationship because he didn't say it, but then at the same time, you ain't trying to be out there doing it with other people. I mean, it's just crazy, because men and women think totally different from each other anyway. So a woman, you know, she gonna be totally committed to you.
What?
Yeah, she gonna be
lies.
No.
Look. Judge Lisa, you can speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But me, as a man who's been around the block a couple of times, I can tell you that like the females, some females be trying to be committed, and a lot of them are not, for real. You know, so I would say that the ratio is just about the same as it is with men. You know, I would say about the same percentage of men are looking to settle down as women, but like most of them are not. They just playing games, you know, for real. And yes, females are emotional, but not as much as they used to be, not at all. You know, and I've dated a good amount of women, and I know that they not, and a lot of them are not looking to be committed. You know, they're looking to have somebody on their arm, but then if the chance to creep come along, then a lot of them will. For real. Just like men. Just like I don't really see any difference between women and men, besides women use that emotional thing as an excuse to do what they want. For real.
Wow, really? They use it as an excuse to do what they want. I never heard that one.
They use that as an excuse to do what they want. I'm emotional, this and that, man. Get out of here with that. So a man, likewise, a man can be like, I'm physical. So since I'm physical, I see this female, you know, she got a nice chest, a pretty face, and a booty, you know. So therefore, They use that to do what they want. That's what men do. And women do the same thing, but they just have more excuses. I'm a woman. I'm emotional. You know, I'm in my feelings. You know, looking for excuses when it's just an excuse just to do what they want to do anyway. You know, so I can't say that women, you know, be wanting to be committed like that. You know, some of them do. Most of them don't. Some men, most of them don't.
Do you think it has something to do with the ratio from men to women? Because you know it's a whole lot of men. I mean, a whole lot of women versus men, especially here in Atlanta. So, do you think that has something to do with the reason why women aren't really willing to commit right now?
There's a lot of dudes here too. You know, you go out on any average night and go anywhere on a Friday or Saturday night. You know, you want to see just as many dudes as you do females.
You're right, but those dudes already got 5 women each.
And some of them, and them females got 2, 3 dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they janky. Some of them out to get money. You know, so the percentage, you know, like how they be like, it's not that many good black men out there. Well, there ain't that many good black women out there either. You know, and it's just the truth. It's not that many. They may look good, but all that glitter ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? You know, once they take that makeup off and that, you know, and that weave, you know, and you get under and see their character, you know, you be like, oh, that's not one. That's not one. That's not one. That's not one. You know, so it's like I said, the ratio and the percentages are about the same. For real. If you go out anywhere, you know, where have you gone where you just see a ton of women, ain't that many men? You know, maybe church. That's it. Maybe church. So.
Well, we're gonna move off that subject for just a second here, and I want us to address this. I made this post in our group. If you're not in our Facebook group, Love and War TV parentheses relationship talk show, then definitely go there and add yourself to our Facebook group. We have some great discussions in there. And one of the posts that I made this week was question. Well, this was from another female. She posted on her Facebook page. It got copy and pasted in around. But anyway, it says, question, I've been seeing this guy for a year. I asked him to cut my yard considering this is his side business on the weekends. He told me he would charge me $35 per cut. I said, okay, so we are done, finished. And I can't be sleeping with him and paying him to cut my yard. So am I wrong or is he wrong? He feels that it's working for free. What do you think about that?
If they've been dating for a year, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dude, man, you could cut the yard.
Right.
Like if you just met her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You like, man, she trying to get a free yard cut or whatever. You know, but like if they've been dating and having sex for a year, you know, and he done already took her out and stuff like that. I'm sure he took her out and spent more than $35. You know, so he could cut the yard for free. You know what I'm saying? Like really.
Absolutely. And not only that, if he's coming over, noticing that her yard needs to be cut, really he should volunteer to do it. And on top of that, I know he gotta go in the refrigerator to get some sweet tea sometimes. You know, she cook him breakfast. And I know she cook him dinner every now and then. You know, probably fix things like that. I just think, I mean, but some other people in our group, some men, well, I won't say some men, but it was at least one guy was just like, you know, she's lightweight trying to prostitute if she wants to ask this guy to pay for her or to cut her grass for free in exchange for her sleeping with him. When really it's not, you know, I mean.
She been dating for, I mean, you know, if she been dating this dude for a year, even 6 months, you know, if she didn't just meet this dude and she been sleeping with him, you know, it's some things as a man you supposed to do in a relationship. Just like it's some things as a woman you supposed to do in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm not gonna say that the man's supposed to totally take care of a house, man, but like if it's something, you know, that's broken and he could help out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He should. You know, that's just what I think, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, like where you go in a relationship if you can't support your partner? You know, and if you need to, you know, something done, you know, a door fixed or something like that, or something like that, and you can do it, you know, go ahead and do it. You know, change that flat tire, cut the yard, you know, wash the car. And,
right.
I mean, even if you don't offer to do it, like even if she asks you, you know, don't be tripping like you gotta pay me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I understand where she's coming from, because that dude is not feeling her like that, because the dude who would go ahead and cut the yard. You know what I'm saying? For free. So
it's one thing. I think it's one of those things where a man or a woman, you know, they feel like, well, shoot, I already got all this. You know, she giving me sex and she cooking for me and she, you know, cleaning up and probably washing my dirty drawers and all that. So she giving me all this. Why do I gotta do that?
Wash my clothes.
Huh?
I said, I wish I had me a female to wash my clothes and cook.
But I'm just saying, like, just throwing it out there, like, I think some men devalue women when they try to go the extra mile for them to, you know, like, satisfy them. They don't really, I don't know, like,
you know what I'm saying? I would appreciate it.
They look down upon it.
Because I don't, you know, I don't, to keep it real, I don't get them extra perks. You know, I don't get those
really,
extra.
You know what? Really, you shouldn't get it until you're married. Like things like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things, it happens when you get married. Like washing your clothes and stuff. Unless you're living with the person, yeah. You know, if y'all living together, then yeah. But other than that, yeah, washing clothes and stuff, I don't know. I mean, like you say, there are certain things that both parties should do in a relationship.
I don't. If I'm at a woman's house and this and that, and you know, like, and I spend the night, or like if I'm there for like a significant amount of time, you know, and I have my own place, so I'm not talking about just moving in with a woman, because that's some lame shit, you know. But like if I'm there, you know, to me, a woman should cook. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, even if I don't live there, a woman should like surprise me with a meal. The same way I cook the yard, or I might wash her car, surprise me with a meal. You know, do what you do, because, you know, it take more than sex. And that go back to how you know a woman is the one. She got to give you more than sex, because you can get sex from anybody. You know, especially like if you don't have the best trust, or like the relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know if all she's giving you is sex, you know, it don't even matter how good it is. You know, you really not doing all you can in a relationship besides just giving sex and companionship. But it takes more than that. You know, if you want a person, if you want to look out for you and things like that, then like look out for him in other ways just besides sex. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if they ask. You know, and I believe that communication need to be open. And if you're not getting that, you should ask for it. And if you ask for it and you don't get it, you know, well, then you should keep your options open, because that just goes to how much they value you. If somebody value you, then they're gonna do those extra things, man or woman, for real.
Amen.
So that's one.
That is true. I totally agree with that. If you communicate with, you know, your woman or your man and tell them, hey, you know, this right here is flawed. You know, there's something with this I don't like, and they don't, you know, try to fix it, then I agree with you. They have their options too. They, you know, they're seeking something else, because if you don't really care how I feel, then you must got something else going on. Yeah. Right? Or you just that doggone arrogant and self-centered that you only care about yourself. So then, you know, like you said, I need to keep my options open if that's going on.
Yep. You know, I mean, until you get all of those, I mean, you're never going to get 100% of the things that you want. But when you really look to settle down, you want to get as much of those things as possible. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who really values themselves and they value you in a relationship. And if somebody values you in a relationship, then they're going to be honest. They're going to be trustworthy. If they value themselves, they should already have the character. You feel me? You know, and then they just have to do things to show that they have your back. You know, and they would do it anyway. They would do it anyway. They would think about it anyway. You know,
yeah.
How you doing? And if you open, you like, I need this, I need that. You know, then they should look out. For real. That's how else could you settle down? How else could you make a partnership work besides giving? You know, especially if you play.
Right. It doesn't have to be monetary all the time, right?
Nah. You can give your service in a way. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have money like that, you can give your service. You don't gotta take nobody out all the time or give them no money or anything like that. Give your service, give your time. Just do things, let that person know that you appreciate them. For real. What I'm looking for, like I said, is character, honesty, and chemistry, and somebody who just gonna have your back. Period. And if somebody got my back, then I'm willing to cut the grass. I don't gotta charge.
You ain't gonna charge them $35.
If I'm over there, I'll even cook and and things like that. I don't mind doing for my lady. I will.
I agree. We should have one another's back, male and female. Because things happen, life happens. Sometimes people lose their job. Sometimes business shut down. So at the end of the day, you have to have something besides sex and feelings and emotions. You're gonna have to have.
The feeling of love is usually lust. You know what I'm saying? Because real love is an action word. You know what I'm saying? Which is like giving. That fuzzy feeling is lust. You know what I'm saying? And no doubt, you should have lust in your love. You know what I'm saying? You should have lust in your love, except the love should overpower the lust. You know what I'm saying? That lust is just the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the end all be all, because it takes way more than that. Way more than that. Because the lust might run out. But if you have the real love, then it'll stay. If you have real love, then it'll create the chemistry, for real.
Absolutely, I totally agree. So this has been a wonderful, great show here. We were able to get some questions answered and speak on some different topics, and I think that a lot of our viewers were able to get some help, or more understanding from different. So, do you have anything you would like to add to what we said?
Nah, just nah. I'm good. I think I've said a good amount. Hopefully, like if people's paying attention,
You did. You basically let women know, like, hey, you got to value yourself. If you don't value yourself, nobody else is going to value you. So, and men and women, let me say that. Men and women. Unless a person values themselves, they're never really ready to settle down. They'll just find one thing and they'll be like, this person is the one, then that thing is gonna run out. But like when you value yourself and really value yourself and take time for yourself and figure out what you really need and start meeting those needs on your own, and then you find somebody else to come and add to it, then that's when you'll be complete. But nobody else can fill a need in you. That you have to fill for yourself. You got to be able to fill it out for yourself. I totally agree. Nobody can make you happy. You have to already be happy, right? You got to be able to find happiness within yourself. Because if something happens with that person, from if the person cheats or leave you, or if the person, a tragic, where a person gets killed or something. You have to be able to keep going and you have to have other ways that make you happy.
Yep. So that is the truth.
Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Wallace Davenport. It has been a pleasure interviewing you.
I don't mind. Anytime.
Absolutely. And thank you all so much for tuning in to loveandwartv.com. If you haven't already shared it with other people, please do so by sharing the link loveandwartv.com. Please tune in next Saturday, same time, same place, 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Peace.